Welcome to the Schools of Excellence podcast, where we transform everyday leadership struggles into powerful legacies that impact generations. I'm your host, Chanie, a 20-year veteran of school leadership who has helped hundreds of school leaders achieve what many thought was impossible through our signature programs, School Leadership HQ and Enrollment Engine. With our battle-tested frameworks and blueprints, leaders have achieved 90% parent retention, 50% less staff turnover, 15% improved profit margins, and increased enrollment by 25%. My mission is simple: to revolutionize school leadership by elevating the skills, the habits, and mindset of passionate leaders ready to create lasting change. Join me as we build your legacy of excellence, one transformative conversation at a time. Welcome back to the Schools of Excellence podcast. So today I actually have something really exciting to share with you because I want to share a short clip of a previous episode that we did several weeks ago. And the reason I want to share that is because as we kind of come towards the end of the year, so many school owners are asking, like, how do I make sure that I end the year financially viable, financially strong, as profitable as I can? And what I often tell leaders, whenever I speak to them, whenever I do consults or I speak to leaders at events, most school owners are not losing money because of one big mistake or because one big expense or a big line item or whatever it is. Leaders are losing money in leaks, small leaks, right? So if you think about your water bill doesn't go crazy because of one shower, 90-minute shower, okay? Your water bill gets out of whack when you have a leak that you didn't even realize, right? Or, someone left the hose on very, very small, right? Because they did something and then it's just been leaking for like 4 weeks. This tiny, tiny little leak, right? And so in schools, you have tiny orders, overstock shelves, the unspoken of like, oh, we're just going to order this one time. That is where thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars go. And the thing to understand when you have money leaks, and we have a Money Leaks Diagnostic inside of Schools of Excellence, it's not just about money. Money leaks are about the weight of carrying it alone, that you're the only one that sees it, feels it. And you tell yourself, when things calm down, when things get quiet, then I'm going to fix this leak. But things never calm down, right? And so in this clip, one of our clients who's inside of HQ, her name is Nikki, she's one of our owners, and she took the Money Leaks Diagnostic and she didn't overhaul everything, okay? She built simple rhythms over the course of 90 days around one of her money leaks, which was supply costs, and she cut her supply costs by 50%. But the most amazing part of the story is not just that she cut it by 50%. It's not just the money she saved, even though that's amazing. It's how her team started to own the work around protecting profit. So I want you to listen to the small part of the conversation. You could go back and listen to the full conversation. We'll have the link in the show notes, but I want to invite you to listen to just this short 5-minute part of the conversation for people that are listening, right, and don't know. So there are 6 money leaks. And after Nikki took the diagnostic, right, there are specific areas that you wanted to work on, right? So you met with the chef. Why did you choose to meet with the chef? Like, what did you want to create? Like, it's not like after you listen to the call, it's like, well, everyone should go meet with their chef. No. Like, what was the reason?
I wanted to make sure that there was a system of her ordering. Was he under ordering, just sporadically ordering? So we met and I make my menu by Tuesday. I order by Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, depending on availability of things. Everything's delivered Friday. So I knew that everything had to be prepared for her. Like, she needed to make sure she had access to everything at certain times. That was the easy one. She already knew what she wanted. She came in already doing this before, and that was heaven sent because the food program was new to us.
And one of the money leaks is food control.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So that one was good. So she was the only one that didn't have frozen funds.
Frozen credit card, yeah.
Frozen funds. Everyone else, everybody was ordering things. So it was, you had to come to me to approve something. And in the meantime, for supply leaks, my assistant director, I love her to death, but she hates working with the money. So this is the perfect person to give it to because she was going to be so strategic and make sure all the I's were dotted and all the T's were crossed. And she hates me for it, but she rocked it. Come to find out, after meeting with our financial people, I don't remember the
financial people, your bookkeeper, your accountant, your tax strategist.
Yes.
All 3.
My bookkeeper.
Okay, go ahead.
My bookkeeper. After meeting with my bookkeeper, we found out that our supplies cut pretty much in half from halting everything, finding a baseline of what do we actually need, and then having a system of how to order it. So we took a month and we found our baseline. And now this month, I don't remember if it was last month. I don't know. She's doing it, not me now. I'm done with financials on her now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she's tweaking it, and then she's got like 3 months to work with it until we get it the fine tooth comb and everything's done. But now she has her budget. She can buy her things, and now that's only one person dealing with all the things. It has taken stress off of me. I know what to expect to come in. I know when the diapers are coming. I know when the food is coming. I know, when supplies are coming, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't know. It's just seeing those numbers of it cutting in half, like, just shocked me. And then when I told her, because she hates
let's hold that thought for a second. No, there's so much good here. So I just want to double tap on that for a second. Hey, school owners, I see you. You've built the team, you've trusted others with the work, and somehow it still feels like everything lands on your shoulders. And that weight is exhausting. What if you could stop carrying it all alone? What if you can finally see exactly where your leadership is getting stuck and what to do next? That's where the strategic leadership scorecard was made for. In just 2 minutes, it will give you a clear diagnosis in one of the core areas of leading a school: enrollment, financial health, staff culture, or parent engagement. You'll get practical steps and trusted resources to help you lighten your load and unlock real ownership in your team to be able to lead with confidence. You deserve this level of steadiness. So take the scorecard now so you can lead with clarity and know that your school runs on shared ownership, real standards, and rhythms of accountability. When I talk to people at events, at retreats, at conferences, wherever I go, and I'm like, you don't understand, like, you can actually cut your expenses in half just by taking this diagnostic. Nobody believes me, right? Because it's like, what do you mean? I've already tried to cut everything. I've already met with my accountant, right? And so can you speak to a little bit more clarity of like how that's why it's called money leaks, right? It's not called overhaul your entire financial system. It's a leak, right? It's the water that just drips very, very slowly, ever so. So talk to us about that. Like, what happened?
Well, we have a supply room, and we put a sign on the door of every time you take wipes, every time you take diapers, every time you take toilet paper, every time you take paper towel, like whatever. And you had to mark down what date you took it, how many you took, and what classroom it was. It opened the eyes to my teachers. Did I really take that much toilet paper? And like, we went back and we went through, I feel bad now. Like, it opened the teachers' eyes of how much they're taking and how much they're wasting. And come to find out, like, they were wasting. They weren't, some were, some weren't, some were, like, yes, your bathroom has kids and adults, so you are going to take more toilet paper. And that, okay, it makes sense.
Yes.
It was just, it brought the teachers into it too. So they realized what they're spending and what they're wasting and things like that.
Okay, so let's talk about that piece, right? So for those of you that are hearing, you're like, oh my God, how do I create a baseline? Those are all trainings that are inside our leadership HQ. But the other thing that I want to highlight here is where Nikki's talking about, like, the teachers are part of the process. Every single member in your school is part of every single gear, right? Every single person is part of enrollment. Every single person is part of the financial gear. Every single person is part of every single gear. And again, when I communicate that, it's like, well, how are the teachers part of the financial gear? The financials are mine. I'm like, no. And here's just a beautiful example. This is how the teachers played a role in creating financial viability and better sustainability inside of your organization.
Yes. It was mind blowing. Like, I was that person that, how can I do this? All right, let's try it, and it worked. Yeah. My thing is, don't get me wrong, I'm excited that the teacher saw that. But when I saw the growth in my assistant director taking, like, she just, I don't know, as I said, she's amazing. She's been there through everything, but she's always so unsure about herself. And when I sent the message to my admin team and she's like, toot, toot, I'm tooting my own horn, that got more joy for me than the actual saving 50%.
What did that do, right? What was that?
She's always so unsure of herself. And I always say, like, I would never give you something I don't think you could do. And for her to take ownership of it and realizing what she was doing, because once we set it up, I walked away. It's all her. And when she was doing it without asking me and double checking and making sure, and she took accountability, that to me meant more than don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, I'm excited that we saved the money, but
Yeah.
that meant more to me than
Of
her
course.
just like, I don't know, just her self-awareness was it
It's
was
her stepping
huge.
into real ownership and real leadership, which is what you've been desiring for the last decade. Every
Yes.
single owner wants their team to feel the buy-in, the ownership, the real pride in their work. And here she was showing, I'm tooting my horn. I'm finding pride in my work. There's no greater feeling than that.
Yes. That to me was worth it all.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation. And, what's interesting is what I love about this story is just how unbelievably familiar this story actually is, right? Because every owner knows the moment when you open that credit card statement, okay, you feel the tightness in your chest and you tell yourself, we'll just deal with this later. I know your desire to save money. I know you want to lead differently, but you always have this nagging feeling never enough time, never enough margin, never enough money, never enough you. And the thing that I want you to realize in the shift that Nikki made didn't come from having more money. It came from having the right structure and rhythm to install into the infrastructure of her school. And she learned how to name the leaks and then built rhythm with her team around it, right? She invited her team to partner with her and carry the weight with her. And that is everything that we do inside of Leadership HQ. We help owners and their teams build systems and rhythms that steady your school so you stop reacting to every single crisis and start leading from a place of clarity. So if you're listening right now and you're like, gosh, I would love to be part of an infrastructure, but I can't afford it right now, you cannot afford to keep leaking. Okay. And so we need to plug the leaks and figure out how are we going to get out of this mess, right? So the link to apply for School Leadership HQ is in the show notes. And I would love to invite you to really see what is possible when your money, your team, and your leadership all start working in rhythm. All right, click the link in the show notes, and I look forward to connecting with you. Thanks for joining me today. If you are loving the Schools of Excellence podcast and have gotten any value out of it for your school, I would love if you can do two things for me. One, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And two, can you please leave us a review? Reviews help other school leaders know that this is the place to learn how to build a school of excellence. And I would be so grateful if you can do that for us. Your help and support makes this show to be able to be listened by the thousands of other school leaders all around the world. Thanks so much for listening, for giving us your time and attention each and every week. And I appreciate that you have joined us.